I generated over $525 from one no-content composition notebook passively and without advertising in the month of August 2022. And in this video, I'm sharing my methodology and the templates to share my success with you. Check the description for the links and the timestamps. To duplicate this process, you need 4 things: keywords, a cover, an interior, and you need to upload your no-content notebook to Amazon KDP. When it comes to keywords, what we are not going to do is guess, cross our fingers, and hope for the best, because profitable products are based on demand. So what you're going to do, if you haven't already, is download the Self-Publishing Titans keyword extension and look for long tail keywords. These are between 3 to 5 words in length. This is how we find high demand, low competition keywords. And specifically, we're looking for a few things here. You want to look for under 1,000 search results, under 100,000 BSR, also known as the best sellers rank, and a green niche score, which you'll see in the next clip. I'm browsing in an incognito window to remove search bias, and just a note, you're going to have to make sure that your Self-Publishing Titans extension is enabled to work in an incognito window. All you have to do is just check your settings and adjust that in Google Chrome if you're having trouble using this extension in incognito. So what I've done is just typed in a simple keyword phrase here, wombat composition notebook, and as you can see, it checks off most of our boxes here. So we've got a nice green niche score. It's above 60, it's 60 and higher, so that's why we get that nice bright green. Our number of search results are definitely under 1,000. The average BSR does not hit that last mark. It's over 100,000. So the best sellers rank, as we can see, is a little bit high. And what that tells me is these books they do sell, but not terribly well. So here, this one has sold, this one has not, this one has not, this one has not, this one has not, and so on. And actually what I see here is quite a good opportunity, because there only seems to be this one wombat composition notebook. This is actually a composition notebook, and these are just kind of I guess these are labeled wombat composition notebook, but they don't really fit the look of a traditional composition notebook. Yeah, so that's what I would say about that one. That's why this first one seems to be doing really well. So from here, let's just go on with this, and just so that you can see this example, you know, you might have a nice green niche score and your number of results might be hitting the mark. Your average BSR might be a little bit high. So try and do your best to get all of these 3, you know, as good as you possibly can. That will give you the best chance of actually reaching customers who are actively shopping on Amazon and looking for a very specific kind of product. And what I like to do is find a couple of these long tail, high demand, low competition keywords, string them together in my title and subtitle, and there you have it. When it comes to structuring your title and subtitle, a mistake that I see very often is too much repetition and not enough variety. So in this first example here, the words wombat, composition, and notebook are just a little bit overdone, and they don't take into consideration the fact that it's enough to use a keyword once and rank for it in Amazon's algorithm. So a better example in my mind would look something like this second one down here, and it includes a wider range of keywords to capture consumers who are searching for similar but different terms. To create my cover, I chose an image with a Creative Commons license that allows free use of images released under this Creative Commons 0 from Smithsonian Access. This is just one great resource, and there are plenty of other sources for this kind of content online. Let me know if you'd like a few more of my favorites, and I'll create a separate video on them. Always familiarize yourself with the terms of use, so you can go ahead and read about the specifics of this on your own time. You do not want to get yourself in any hot water legally, and you don't want to jeopardize your KDP account. Here in Smithsonian Open Access, I've just plugged in a keyword, garden, and you can see all the results that pop up under this Creative Commons 0 license. So there's some really dynamic results like this one that are coming up. This one is also catching my eye. It's a little bit darker, but the texture looks really intriguing. So I'm going to check this one out. And This is a oil on canvas painting that's been turned into a digital asset. And then here I can just click and download this high resolution JPEG image. This is the composition notebook cover that I created in Canva, and you can adjust it in many different ways. You can go ahead and change the fonts, you can change out any of these elements, you can adjust the width of the spine, make it as thick or as thin as you'd like. If you do want it to be centered on your page, just make sure you position middle and center, just so that it's exactly where it needs to be when you go to print. And otherwise, you just want to make sure that the title of your composition notebook matches the title that you input in as your title on Amazon KDP. So let's just call this garden composition notebook. Let's just say that this was a really great keyword. I couldn't find a great background image for wombat on the Smithsonian Open Access. So here's this floral kind of background that we found, and I'm just going to make it very, very big and kind of make sure all of these like rough edges are out of the way. And I'm going to position send to back. And then from there I can adjust as I see fit. So in this case, I think I would just flip this image so that there's more of these flowers on the front and this kind of big dark spot is on the back. And then from there, there's a lot you can do even within Canva. So you can go ahead and edit the image. You can choose to add any sort of a filter. So perhaps you want it to be totally black and white. That kind of works well with this black spine and these black elements that I've got going on here. Or you could do some kind of effect to make it more vibrant or whatever you want to do to it. So there's a lot you can play around with here with filters, these other photogenic things, and other features on Canva. Something to note is that this composition notebook cover is perfectly sized for 120 pages. So if you want to add or subtract pages, you're going to need to generate a different cover, and you can do that with Amazon's cover calculator tool. Same thing goes if you want to work with a different size, you're simply going to have to generate a new cover template. When you're ready to download your composition notebook cover, just go to this share button on the upper right. Download, switch over from PNG or whatever default is coming up to PDF print, select flatten PDF, and then just hit download. In Canva, I've created 120 college ruled lined pages. These are ready for you to download. Just go to the share button and then download PDF print, and just go ahead and download all 120 pages. They're ready to upload to Amazon KDP. And in the case that you want wide ruled pages, you can do the same thing by importing the PDF from my Gumroad shop. I've got a bundle with composition wide ruled and college ruled pages, both with the same size. All you have to do is generate 120 pages of your own. Doesn't even have to be lined or college rule or wide rule. It could be any other different kind of page that you want to create. It could be a dot grid, a graph paper of some kind. It's totally up to you how you want to customize these pages. Keep in mind this size is with bleed because we have lines that go from one edge all the way to the other edge. And if you want a quick refresher on bleed, I have a video I will link above all about bleed. Now that you have your two print-ready PDF files ready to upload, there are two things you need to pay attention to during the uploading process. Number one, you might want to make sure that you check off the box that says this is a low-content book. And number two, be sure to change the trim size to the appropriate trim size. In this case, it's 7.44 inches by 9.69 inches. And you definitely need to change the bleed settings to say bleed PDF only in order to have an error-free upload. I've created other videos on the entire uploading process, so I won't include all of the details here, but I will link the video above if you're interested. And once your book is published, please be patient with yourself. I want to share a realistic look of a year of organic sales on Amazon KDP. So I published this no content composition notebook back in the summer of 2021. And as you can see from this chart here on my royalties estimator, I've made over $800 over the lifetime of this book. Most of them happened within the last 3 months. In December 2021, I made the first sale of this book, and that was about $2. And then in January 2022, I sold another copy for another $2. And then for some reason in June 2022, it absolutely started to take off. And then it took off some more in July 2022. And in August 2022, it's taken off even more, and it's gone on to become one of my best-selling books. And it's going to keep selling all throughout Q4 and beyond. And as of right now, I'm seeing sales every single day on this no content composition notebook. And after this one winning notebook went a little bit viral, I have created a handful of other notebooks since using the same strategies, and I started generating new sales within a week. So it's definitely possible for you too. I hope that this tutorial and these templates bring you much success, and all I ask is for a like or a subscribe in return, or even share this video if you think that others will benefit from it. If you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more tips and tutorials about generating passive income online. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.